bark softly tales, dreamy summer bites, flashes of horror and suspense. Bite back at the fear.
Abel's Blood by Mav Sky. Crisp leaves crunch beneath her bare feet. Cold breaths of wind blow her hair about. Andrea sits on her scabbed knees in the garden in an oversized t-shirt, clutching a fallen branch. She snaps it in half and forces the sharp end into the earth, frantically scraping the darkness away. Death is in the dirt. The whisper comes from behind a shed where the juniper tree grows straight and strong. Andrea pauses, listening for her baby's cry. The moon glow highlights every golden strand wisping about her face. Behind her, a muffled cry bellows. She turns and kicks the man tied in scarves and rope. Shut up! Shut up so I can listen! Andrea strains her ears, praying. Her baby's wail always accompanies the whisper. Tonight is different. Abel is silent, and she doesn't know why. Perhaps because he is here. Andrea kicks the man again. I hate you, she says, and wipes at the tears that weren't there. The tears she hadn't given freedom since the night that she was stolen away. A gleam of silver caught her eye. A shovel lies against the shed. She rushes over to it, then hurries to the corner of the garden. She plunges the shovel into the dirt. She stops, listens. Death is in the dirt. The voice comes from behind the shed again. It had taunted Andrea in the basement, giving her the strength to do what she had needed to when he had grown lazy with the knots. Death is in the dirt. Andrea trembles as she approaches the shed. Placing her hand on the corner, she peeks around it. A tall wooden fence sits behind the juniper tree, rising high into the darkness. A small hole has been gouged from a plank of wood. Beyond it, something white flickers. Andrea draws closer, until her face is flush with the hole in the fence. Through the opening, she sees something white and opaque. An iris floats in an ocean of milk. Death is in the dirt. It blinks. Andrea screams. She screams as the eye blinks blood. Crimson pours from the hole over the fence, splashes the ground, forming into claws reaching for her. Death is in the dirt, it whispers. Hands grab Andrea from behind. She startles, shrieks. He has her, again. He smells of acrid breath and unwashed hair. The ropes lay at his feet. He holds the knife. She had dropped it. Stupid bitch. Her mind screams the words he had called her over and over. Nothing but a stupid bitch. He throws her against the tree. Stupid bitch! Her head bounces off the trunk. She falls face first into the blood flooding the dirt. Andrea hears a baby, her Abel, crying. He squats and holds the knife against her throat. The river of blood catches her eye. What the? Crimson claws grip his ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and like a wave reaches over his head. Fear snatches his face like a shadow with talons. He screams as loud and long as she had when he had stole her away on that lonely country road. The claw reaches inside his mouth, slips out his nose. It squeezes his tonsils, eats his lungs, and froths his eyes into white porridge, all while he shrieks and spasms. Blood gurgles as it dissolves his writhing figure. His body melts into the crimson tide. It retreats through the hole all at once, leaving her with its final whisper. Death is in the dirt. Andrea trembles on the earth. She covers her mouth with her hands. She is free to cry, free to scream. So she does. She cries, she screams until her lungs ache and there are no tears left. Far away, a neighbor yells, "Where are you?" A baby cries, "Abel. She needs to find Abel." The baby's cry grows louder. Andrea snatches up the shovel. Under the crooked moon, she digs beneath a juniper tree. The infant's wail evolves into a frantic yowling as Andrea scoops mound after mound of dirt. Finally, she hits surface. Wood. The crying shushes. Andrea brushes away the dirt and heaves the chest up from its grave. She unlatches it and throws the top open. A teddy bear, a tear down its back, sits in a worn blue sweatshirt, the one she had been wearing the day she had been stolen. A fractured skull and tiny bones litter the bottom of the trunk. Touching the skull gently, she hears Abel's cry. It grows faint as if moving further and further away. Andrea grabs the teddy bear and sweatshirt into her arms. Crib death, he had told her, but Andrea knew. She had known the truth all along. "You found it?" asks the whispery voice beyond the fence. "Yes." A swoosh of air blows against her face. She smells baby soap and juniper. A white wind wraps her baby's cry in its gentle hush and swoops into the sky, blending with the clouds. A siren echoes in the night. Andrea moans. Teardrops fall into the tiny tomb. They drip one by one onto Abel's skull. She picks it up and rocks it in her arms. "I can't leave you. I can't leave you." A police car approaches the house. Andrea replaces the skull. She chooses a tiny bone, kisses it, and hides it in the tear of her teddy bear. She presses the doll against her chest. As Andrea does this, a figure emerges above the fence, and a beam of light finds her face.
Who likes dark stories? People who have experienced a touch of the dark side. People who are a little wiser to the world. People who like their bones chilled and their spines tingled. People like you and me. It's hard to find a story these days that write on the dark side with a touch of whimsy, humor, and heart. Mav Sky spreads her dark wings and solves this problem for you. Head on over to Amazon and type Mav Sky's name into the search engine. MAVSKYE. At Amazon, you'll find her Tales to Chill Your Bones series, Girl Clown Hatchet series, Supergirl series, her cult classic novel, Wanted Single Rose, and of course, her brand new release, Cold Hangs the Midnight. Choose your dark flavor and head on over to Amazon today.